Will the cops help you serve legal documents in civil cases? Stay tuned. This is Tim Santoni, and welcome to A Day in the Life of a Private Investigator, where we talk about real cases, real stories, and real clients and situations that we deal with on a daily basis. Today we're talking about a question that comes up quite often, and that is, will the cops help private investigators or process servers with the service of legal documents? The short answer is most often not, but there are some situations where they can be helpful, but there's many situations where they can actually be a hindrance. So in many situations when you're serving legal documents, an evasive target or someone who's avoiding being served will threaten to call the cops. In my experience, I always say, hey, go ahead, call the cops. Cops will come out, and their goal is to keep the peace and to address criminal issues. Serving legal process is actually a civil matter. In many situations, the cops have approached me and said, hey, if you don't leave the area, we're gonna charge you with trespassing. However, what they don't fail to realize is that under the Civil Code of Procedure, that in most situations, an officer of the court deemed who is serving legal documents cannot be cited for trespassing. This is why you might see a process server that's going into public places or even private places like a ball game and serving an outfielder with legal documents. They cannot be arrested for trespassing because they're an officer of the court when they're in the capacity of serving legal documents. In many situations, what's interesting though is if you think about it, if your subject had called the cops, you have confirmation that the subject you're trying to serve is actually in or around the house or is aware of the situation, which can be helpful. However, in most situations, the cops are going to want to keep the peace and get you out of there, so they're going to threaten you with trespassing violations and other criminal charges. In one situation, I was serving legal documents with regard to a subject who lived behind a fence. In this situation, I told the officer, look, I don't want to cause any problems. I don't want to jump the fence. I don't want to create more harm and cause them more time and have to write a report. All I need to do is to confirm the person's present and to get them within speaking distance so I can get them served. In this situation, the cop was helpful. And he confirmed the fact that the subject that I was trying to serve had in fact called for help and was within the residence. He then said, if you just ask the person outside, get them within speaking distance, I will discreetly drop the papers and leave and we can go without issue. In this situation, the cop was cooperative. He convinced the subject to emerge from the house. I was hiding behind a wall where they could not see me. Once the subject got within speaking distance, approximately 15 feet, and began engaging the officer, I approached, identified the subject based on the description and picture that I had, dropped service at the person's feet and departed the area. So this is an example how the cop wasn't necessarily helpful, but helped me in my process to actually get the person served. If you have any questions about serving legal documents and how the cops can be a help or a hindrance, please leave them in the comments. Thanks so much for tuning into the show, and we'll look forward to connecting soon. Thanks.